Power is not a birthright. It's earned with teeth. And claws. And sacrifice. Savagery wins wars. If you're strong enough to seize it. This kingdom will be yours. The Santa Monica Basin, Los Angeles, 20,000 years ago. Pleistocene, North America. Welcome to the Brea tar pits. This land was not only home to our human ancestors, but to other species, like rabbits. The flat-headed peccary, who despite its looks was not as harmless as it seems. Vultures, the cleanup crew of Brea. The dwarf pronghorn, small and fast. Who, despite its speed, it was still common prey for one of Brea's most commonly found predators, the dire wolf. And then we have the big game, herbivores that sometimes mix together on the big migration zones of the area because of the nutritious grass and bushes. The ancient bison, a big, tanky herbivore, ancestors of the ones we have today. Territorial, often jousting to settle disputes in an epic showdown of strength. The Colombian mammoth, the giant of Brea. Often referred to as ecosystem engineers because of the impact they had on an area, normally seen in herds, but this time it's just one, enjoying the leaves of the tall trees no other herbivores can reach. And also the Western horse, fast, powerful runners that could come in different colors. Out of all the herbivores in the area, this trio of Western horses stands out, stragglers from the bigger herd, peacefully grazing. Unaware that they're being watched. A pair of dire wolves have been stalking them for a while. Their strength is usually in their numbers, but against a small group, they will probably do just fine. The male comes out of hiding, howling to let his presence be known. It worked. The herd sees them and gets spooked. The long chase is starting to take its toll on one of the horses, allowing the wolves to catch up when the sun is almost down. Both wolves latch on with their powerful bite, tiring out the horse even further as it struggles to get them off. Now it's just a matter of holding on and let the bleed do its job. But their feast is short-lived, as the real apex predator of Brea has arrived. Smilodon fatalis. And the wolves have smelled their presence. Time to run. The food is theirs. These two Smilodon, also known as saber-tooth cats, are Oursler and Neytiri, the dominant pair of their clan. And they're away from them for a good reason. Mating. 4 months have passed, and now, hidden in a den, there's 4 cubs. Out of the 4, we have the 2 brothers. The one who will grow up to be our protagonist, Etienne. His brother, Sute. And their 2 sisters. They've been born into the Marsh clan, who, leaded by their parents, Oursler and Neytiri, control the Thule Marsh area. It's a flooded terrain, harder to hunt on, but attracts plenty of prey to the area due to the permanent water sources of the territory. It also has a secluded oasis, to which the predators and herds go to for water or a much-needed rest. And a lake that connects into the main river, the forest, and the plains, making the whole territory have plenty of options for ambush opportunities due to the constant presence of herds in the area. If you master the marsh, thankfully it also affects prey negatively by slowing them down in the water, which has allowed the clan to thrive here. Two years have passed, and all the cubs are almost fully grown, making the Marsh clan a solid family. This female right here, with graying coloration due to her age, is Tsahik, the youngster's grandmother, mother to Queen Neytiri. The two male sub-adults, Neteyam and Tsutey, strong and confident, tied by a strong bond, just like the one of their two sisters, and like the one that still ties them to their clan, even if the brothers' days with their family are coming to an end. It is believed that saber-tooths were social animals, just like some modern big cats, due to the amount of fossils and the healed wounds found in the bones of some specimens, indicating that they lived together and took care of their young or wounded. But despite of the males and their sisters already wandering off on their own often, they're still not yet ready to survive on their own, as their milk set of canine teeth are still present, and it hinders their ability to hunt, contrary to the adults. For now, they spend their days play fighting, like they did when they were young cubs, still playful, but now with a much bigger purpose, honing their skills in combat. A skill that will come in handy in the future, when the males get a territory and the females' cubs to defend. Another skill they need to practice is hunting, and their aunt, the remaining member of the Marsh clan, has just found the perfect target for that. Tiri and Sahik start the careful approach, followed by the young females. And the two brothers. If they do this right, it should be an easy hunt, and the perfect opportunity to perfect the kill for all the sub-adult saber-tooths. But the males acted too quickly, and the females soon followed. They pounce and fail, allowing the horse to run off. Thankfully, followed by the two experienced huntresses, managing to kill it right as the sun goes down. Later that night, once the male has eaten his fill and gone on his patrol, the rest of the clan feast on the kill, but not without the usual fighting for an eating spot. The next day, the two brothers are with his father during his patrol. Not very common, but with Oloiktan being the only male of the clan, and the brothers slowly coming of age and becoming more bold, they might come in handy if something happens. With the roars of three males hopefully scaring potential rivals away. As they stop for a sip of water, one can't help but realize that this is one of the last bonding moments Neteyam and Tsutey will have with his father. Later that day, the two brothers have moved away from the clan to practice some nighttime hunting. This time, peccaries. But their inexperienced approach is too quick, alerting the not-so-friendly pigs, putting them on defense mode. Chasing the brothers away. Better luck next time, little princes. In the morning, Tsutey tries again, this time a little pronghorn. Not much of a meal, but a good way of putting his reflexes to the test. Success. He proudly walks away with his catch. They do the same over the next few days, until tonight, the two brothers try their luck with peccary again. Only this time, Neteyam doesn't fail. He catches one, proving his skills as a hunter. They lay down to rest after finishing the meal. But they're not alone. Their mother, Nitiri, followed them and watches them from a distance. They are ready. It is time they take on a bigger challenge. Time for a much more dangerous hunt. It's been a few days, and this morning the clan is resting at the oasis area of their territory. Just like modern big cats, Smilodons spent a big portion of the day resting. But not today, as they haven't had a decent meal since the last time we saw them. Today, they hunt, and everyone is going to participate this time. Smilodon's sexual dimorphism was almost non-existent size and looks-wise, except for longer hair on the cheeks on the males, making them both perfectly capable of hunting or defending themselves when needed. So, as the sun rises, the whole clan sets off in search of food, in hopes of finding a herd that the youngsters can prove themselves with. After a whole day of search and going after a scent, they finally reach their target. A small group of ancient bison is just ahead. This is exactly what Nitiri had in mind for the sub-adult's final hunting lesson. If they can do this right, their training will be complete. But they have to be ready and careful, as bisons are a formidable opponent. Everyone moves into position quickly. The herd will charge if they are spotted. Netium's very rare pseudo-melanistic mutation should help him blend in with the environment. Smilodons were ambush predators, taking advantage of a short boost of stamina and their brute strength and heavy bodies to help them bring down prey heavier than them. But they required to be precise, as their runs wouldn't last for long. They're within reach, ready to strike. Their target, one of the cows of the group, should be an easier kill than facing a fully grown bull bison. They successfully spring the trap, scaring the rest of the herd away, latching together on the sides of their prey. But even a spooked cow is a challenge, as she manages to get them off of her. I will not give up so easily, cats. She is surrounded by the clan, forcing her to charge, distracting her, and giving Tsahik the opportunity to strike. But even she fails, and now she is within range for a charge, a big mistake. The clan can't give up now. With the tired bison, Netia attacks, killing her with the fatal bite that Smilodons are known for, but at what cost? Tsahik is injured. Later, the clan is devouring the bison, a much-deserved prize after what they had to go through to get it. But someone is missing. Sahik. Gored by the bison, she is unable to deal with the usual wrestling that comes with feeding, so she's just resting away from the rest of the clan. But her daughters notice, and Neytiri brings her a piece of meat in hopes that the pain hasn't affected her mother's appetite. The whole clan moves closer to their injured huntress, with the intention of comforting her, as, again, saber-toothed cats might have been social animals taking care of each other, explaining this behavior. Deep into the night, the clan sleeps, but Sahik is nowhere to be found. She is actually away from them now, as she knew her broken bones and open wounds were too serious and she wasn't going to make it. So she made the choice to abandon her family in search of a place to rest. A few hours later, she lays motionless, unable to survive her wounds, hidden by some bushes. Our fierce huntress is gone, which goes to show how harsh this territory is. But sadly, this is part of the circle of life, and her death also gave her family the chance to survive. It's the next morning, and Neytiri has noticed her mother's absence, so she decided to set out on her own to search for her, calling her to try and get a response back to her roars. She's catching a faint trace of her scent. After an hour of searching, she finds her, lying down covered by the bushes. She can tell something is wrong and approaches carefully. That's when she notices her mother, Sahik, is dead. And Neytiri decides to lay down next to her for one last time. It's been 3 months, and the clan has recovered from Sahik's loss, but most importantly, the young Smilodons have lost their double saber, which means they are all fully grown and ready to be an essential part of the clan. After their grandmother's death, the two sisters, Faful and Wame, have taken her place and fulfilled their roles as huntresses along with their mother. With the strength of their two brothers, Neteyam and Sutey, also being a big part of the clan's success during hunts. They're also very capable of defending their kills from other unwanted visitors. These peasants will not take our food. The problem is, the dynamics in the clan have started to change, with the two brothers trying to be more dominant to the other females, especially their sisters, and with them now being a bigger threat for his father's rule. The king does not like that. These fights are becoming more and more frequent lately, a clear sign that the brothers' days being allowed to stay with their family are coming to an end. While Tsute still shows submission to his father, Neteyam has become bolder, more power-hungry, tired of putting up with the king's aggression, and this time he will not give up his place at the table. The two males follow and circle each other, studying their strengths and weaknesses, looking for an opening, the perfect moment to strike. There's no way around it. A fight is going to break out. When it's over, Oloektan emerges as the clear winner, with the two brothers running away with their tails between their legs. You are no match for me, young ones. I am your king. This is the Tsavo pack, the wolf pack that shares the same territory as the Marsh clan. And this is Palulukan, their leader, who along with his breeding mate, Nantang, and one of their daughters, Ayeli, form the core of the pack. Similar to modern wolves, they lived in monogamous packs with an age-based family hierarchy and used their numbers to succeed during hunts. They are the biggest competition for saber-tooths, and even if they might lack the brute strength Smilodons have, they compensate that with their numbers, a strong bite that never lets go of their prey. And they are cunning. Today, the pack is hunting, and they will not fail. They're tired of fighting the cats for scraps, and mostly be on the losing side. Today, there will be blood. Today, they will succeed. With an extraordinary sense of smell, and the whole pack being on the lookout for any potential prey, it doesn't take long until they're after someone's trail. The pack spots a clueless, solitary horse, feeding from the nearby cactus and bushes that are still present nearing the end of the dry season. They proceed to stalk it, approaching it carefully, silently, making sure they don't scare it away too soon. They're within range. Even if it runs now, it won't matter, as they can match its stamina and they're at striking distance. Being alone, the horse is easily overwhelmed by the pack, and they will not let go of their prey once they latch. They will tire him out, and the bleed will do the rest. They did it. The Tsavo pack won't go hungry today, and this horse will keep them fed for a few days, if they're able to keep it. Later that day, a solitary male Smilodon is around the area, and driven by hunger and the smell of death, he approaches, in hopes of finding an abandoned carcass that he can grab a bite from. Instead, he finds the full Tsavo pack still at their carcass, but instead of turning around, he challenges. A fatal mistake he will not be able to run from. Halulukan's and Nantang's army won't let this cat escape. But the saber was not the only one interested in the food, as this black wolf has been roaming the Tsavo territory for a while now, and took the opportunity to steal some food, while the Tsavo abandoned the kill to chase after the Smilodon. This is Amaruk, which means wolf in some Native American dialects, and this won't be the last we see of him. But he is not the only troublemaker who has just entered the territory. These are the Black Brothers, a trio of male Smilodons in their prime, with a very unique and rare mutation called melanism, which turns their fur black, although two of them display a lighter, more brown variation of that mutation. They are nomadic, terrorizing every territory they enter, and it won't be any different this time. As the dry season comes to an end, herbivore species start to gather in bigger numbers in Brea again. Western horses were permanent residents in the area, giving predators a more constant source of food, despite of being harder to come by when the feeding grounds were more dry, forcing them to move more, and making groups sometimes be smaller. Bisons, however, were likely more migratory, being seasonably present in Brea, with reduced numbers staying during other seasons, and the bigger herds coming back to the land in a big migratory move once the time was right. But evidence has been discovered in their diet, which seemed to be more varied compared to that of the horses. And so, as the land becomes richer again, the herds are back, which is exactly what's happening here, as proven by the arrival en masse of a bigger amount of herds. Some of them have even mixed together near a water hole, as this is the closest source of water they have found so far, while they wait for the rains to start and for the bigger lakes and rivers to fill up. They are not the first to arrive, however, as two mammoths are already here, digging water out of the ground, filling up the small water hole, fulfilling their role as ecosystem engineers. Even if not all of them are as happy to share their precious water with everyone else. This massive bull bison with a broken horn is Eskan, which means horn, also nicknamed Boss, the leader of the bison herd. His broken horn is the result of many fights for dominance, as he is a veteran bison who has gone through many of those to reach and keep his position. Bisons usually joust to show their strength, with the one who forfeits likely losing their position against the winner, and also their mating rights with the cows of the herd. These two horses here are Pali, the stallion and protector of the herd, and the mare, Thata, the experienced guide. And everyone here is enjoying their time cooling off at the oasis. But they are not alone. Neteyam and Sute are here too. After losing against their father, they have wandered off on their own, and seeing the herds are here, they now want to take out their anger and satiate their hunger at the same time with one of them. But they have chosen the worst target possible. They decided to attack Eshkan. I will teach you what happens when you face a tank. These two are not ready to take on boss just yet. Back with the Marsh clan, they are enjoying the remainings of a horse that they found, who probably succumbed to old age, sickness, or couldn't make it through the end of the dry season. But they're not the only ones who want this prize. The Tsavo army is here, and a wolf's belly is never full. The Marsh clan is clearly outnumbered, and they're missing 2 members, as Neteyam and Sute have yet to return home. The pack is going to use their numbers to try and surround the Smilodons, trying to prevent them from finding an escape route while they close in for an attack. There is no other choice. This time, the army of wolves has won. Now it's your turn to run, kitty kitty. That same night, the Tsavo are resting after their victory against those tyrants, sleeping under the stars. But not every wolf sleeps tonight, as someone is howling at the moon. And a hyele seems pretty interested in the source of those howls. She leaves her family behind and goes in search of the wolf that woke her up from her sleep. Shortly after, a hyele finds him. It's Amaruk, the black wolf, and they've actually been meeting up in secret for some time now, explaining why this Casanova here was roaming around another wolf pack territory. They lick each other's faces as a form of greeting, but he is still cautious. You don't want to mess this opportunity up, right, Amaruk? Tonight, as they do every time they meet, they will enjoy going for a walk, perhaps even a playful run with each other. But Amaruk has to be very careful here, as he is not wanted, and getting discovered could be fatal. Unfortunately for him, that's exactly what happened, as Palulukan is now aware of a stranger's presence in his land, which he will not tolerate, rallying his army to go in search of this intruder. He's been found, and now it's either fight or flight for young Amarok. With no other choice, surrounded by a full wolf pack, he flees, with all the intention of saving his life. Run away from my land, Black Wolf. It's been 2 days, and the Marsh clan, hungry and still upset, is wresting away their losses against the Tsavo pack. These peasants will learn not to upset a king. Just wait for it. Wolves. And look who decided to come back just in time. The prodigal sons are back home after their own set of failures. But their timing couldn't be worse, as King Oloiktan is very upset. If the brothers had been there, they might not have lost to those mangy wolves. And now they decide to come back? He is done with their failures, but most importantly, their defiance. It is time for the king to teach them a lesson. It is time to make them clan cannot and will not do anything for them. It's the circle of life. The time for them to go has come. Their days as welcomed members of the family are over. And just like that, exactly as last time, the two of them are on the run. Only this time, King Oloiktan will stop at nothing to chase them away from his kingdom. You are not my sons anymore. You two have become rivals. It's time for Neteam and Sute, just like their father before them, to set out on their own and fight for their survival until they are mature enough to find a kingdom of their own. It's been a month, and the herds are finally all here, giving the marsh a new life thanks to the newborns that will arrive soon and the long-awaited rains. As we can see, the ancient bisons are no longer patchy and have regrown their coats after the molting season has come to an end. They are all enjoying the nutritious flora that grows at the marsh during the rainy season. Others have gone the lazy route and are taking a nap protected by the herd. And some of them have even decided to take a bath at the marsh to cool off, or protect their fur from annoying insects with the mud. The problem is, they are not the only ones who want to take advantage of what this area has to offer. Payakan, a huge, solitary bull mammoth, is here, and with the same idea as the herd. The whole herd runs away. They clearly don't want any conflict with a fully grown mammoth, even with all their numbers. Not even the boss can challenge that. The giant Payakan can now enjoy a shower and a long bath without being bothered by anyone. The herd will have to await for their turn to arrive again, grazing together in the meantime. The mammoth finally leaves, and the herd will be able to enjoy their time at the marsh unbothered, for now. With the new season, as every other year, new challenges arrive for Eshkan. Or should I say, challengers. In this case, this young leucistic bull bison, called Katahekasa, meaning challenger. The two bulls are circling each other, sizing the opponent, trying to intimidate each other with threatened calls and showing their strong horns in an attempt to assert dominance even before the clash. This time, it's an easy win for Eshkan, and the young bull flees without even attempting to joust the boss. But there's someone else that wants to give the old bull a challenge, and he is strong enough to put up a fight against the leader, with his younger age possibly being an advantage this time. This is Ohiesa, which means winner, and this black bull will not give up without a fight. They seem to be evenly matched, but Ohiesa is younger, less tired, and is proving to be a good opponent for the boss. Surprisingly, Eshkan forfeits, and after all these years, he's lost his position, and now a new leader arises for the bison herd. As Ohiesa secures his dominance with more sparring, the rest of the herd goes back to what they were doing before the duel happened. But they are not alone in here. The Marsh clan is back to the place that gave them their name, and they're here to kill. This area is flooded, which poses a challenge for the hunters, but they're used to it, and they know bisons are heavy, which will slow them down when the trap is set. But they still have to be precise, as their long sabers are fragile, and breaking them would be a death sentence for these apex predators, making them unable to hunt properly, as opposed to modern-day cats that suffocate their prey. A cow has separated from the rest of the herd, unaware of the danger that lurks in front of her. They have a target, and a much easier one compared to the bulls present in the herd. No time to waste. Attack! But the Smilodon's grapple isn't strong enough, and the cow, as expected, runs to the water. A false sense of security, as she is now even slower and is still surrounded. With the rest of the herd spooked, no one can back her up. The clan attacks again. This time there's no room for failure. They manage to take her down, taking advantage of what the marsh provides. Even without their sons and old Sahik, the Marsh clan has proven to be just as lethal as before. And from now on, things should still be easy, as the territory is now green and full of prey to catch. The king has eaten his fill, and now it's time for Ofelia to go on his daily patrol. But today, he can sense something is different. Something feels wrong. And his senses didn't fail him, as the roars in the distance indicate the presence of intruders. The three black brothers are here. Sekakama, Olabor, and the bigger and darker one, Mokanyo, which means the large one, are here, and they want him. Shortly after, the two sides finally meet each other, with the old king being at a clear disadvantage here. I will not give up without a fight, outsiders. The three brothers use their favorite strategy, surrounding their opponent using their advantage in numbers. You should have left when you had the chance, king. And that's exactly what he tries, fleeing, to survive another day, to forge another kingdom in the future. But the brothers never leave survivors. There is no escape. No matter how hard he tries, the bigger, younger, and stronger brothers always catch up. The only thing he can do is fight back. It is useless to resist, and it doesn't take long for the three brothers to maul him to death. A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. Today, the sun has set on Oursler's time and will arise again with the three brothers as the new kings of the marsh. The question is, will these nomadic tyrants stay here for long, or will the Marsh clan be abandoned and sentenced to death, as it always happens under Mokanyo's rule? Nitiam and Sute are still alive, although struggling to find food on their own during their exile. The last potential prey they found was a Harlan's ground sloth. But they had never fought one before, and with this being one of the few times they've encountered one, trying to take down such a beast on their own was clearly something out of their league. So, they've been scavenging. But they're not the only ones struggling here. Amaruk and Ayeli are here too. He managed to escape Palulukan, and Ayeli, meaning daughter in our language, went with him. With them trying to form a pack of their own now, they'll have to fight the brothers for food. Or maybe not. If they're smart enough, one could attract the attention of the sabers, and the other can grab a chunk of meat for both of them to have something to eat. If it works and they both make it unscratched. Success. Amaruk will have to fight for his life. But if he managed to escape my father's pack, he will for sure be able to outsmart the two young princes. When the two of them return to the carcass, they can tell what has happened. They've been deceived, outsmarted by a pair of filthy dogs, and they are not happy about it at all. But they don't have the time and energy to get them back, for now. It's been a few days, and the herd is enjoying a drink on the riverbank, covered by the shadow of some trees. Everything seems to be fine for the herd, even after Eshkan's defeat and under Ohiesa's new leadership. While the two defeated bulls now try to enjoy some peace, others are still at it with the jousting, not uncommon for bisons, as we know. But the herd is completely unaware of what's about to happen. Their peace is about to be disrupted. The two brothers are here. They've managed to find a herd, and they're hungry. Neteyam and his brother will not stop trying until they manage to kill one of them, as a bison will keep them fed for days. And who knows when will be the next time they get an opportunity like this one. Katahekasa is too late to realize and warn the herd, and so he gets pounced by the two hungry males. The herd panics and leaves, and the shocked young bull is unable to throw the powerful males off of him. His throat sliced by Tsute's bite. And just like that, in an instant, this white tank is gone before he could even get his chance to rule. But the herd is mad. And now, they will try to scare the two Smilodons away from them. It's a standoff, and the brothers will have to stand their ground, despite of being heavily outnumbered and in very real danger. There's no point. The damage has already been done, and so the herd leaves, realizing it's not worth it to risk injury or more death. Katahekasa is already dead. A few nights later, peccaries are the only thing on the menu around here. And while some are failing, others are succeeding, despite of the very leopard-like approach to this hunt. But if the wolves can't have pig for dinner, they will either steal it or eat someone else alive. They've been found. There's nowhere to run. What are two little princes doing here? And so alone, huh? Neteyam and Tsute don't have the protection of the clan anymore. They're in wolf country, and they're outnumbered by a whole army of them. There's nowhere to run, sabers. We wolves are very good at playing catch, and tonight you will stay for dinner. The brothers are trapped. A tar pit behind them, and that Tsavo wolves in front of them, they will have to try to fight their way out of this one. No other choice. But Netaim found an opening and managed to escape, taking some wolves with him. Sute, however, is not as lucky, and he's about to step in tar. Not a good battleground. If he gets stuck, it's over, no matter what. But he will fight. The next morning reveals that Netaim is alive and safe, but there is no sign of his brother. He has to find him. He needs to find him. He calls, but with no response. That is not a good sign, and he can still hear the wolves in the distance. Hidden in the early morning fog is the Tsavo pack. And a horrific sight, Tsute's body. He managed to escape the tar pit, but not the wolves. The army killed him and is now feasting on his mauled body. That is when Netaim sees them, and sadly sees what has become of his brother too. He is gone, and he will have to survive alone from now on. There is nothing the young male can do for him now. It's time to move on. But he will not forget this. I will make you pay for this, old wolf. I will avenge my brother. What the Smilodon doesn't know, however, is that he is not the only one that suffered a loss today. Nantang, the female leader, couldn't escape the tar and died with her pack mourning her loss. As days go by, the boss, good old Eshkan, is spending more and more time on his own, as he has no power in the herd anymore. But he is still considered a threat to Ohiesa's rule, which results in conflicts, and he can no longer win those. But this decision might prove to be a bad one. That night, rain is pouring heavily, and Boss doesn't like it. He doesn't feel so safe on his own anymore, out here in the rain, without the security of his old herd. He seems to be stressed, looking out for potential danger and calling his herd. But sadly, that proves to be ineffective, as they're too far, and the rain is overpowering his calls. He can tell something is wrong. Something is about to happen. So he tries leaving the area as fast as possible, as he feels watched too. Unfortunately for him, he was right. The Black Brothers are out tonight. As expected, far from the marsh territory they conquered not too long ago, and they want to hunt. make matters even worse, lightning strikes, and a wildfire erupts, spooking Boss, but with the brothers right behind him. He has to fight. But the storm, the fire, and the three predators surrounding him on all sides will not make things easy for the old tank. They strike, and they're strong. Smilodons were known for their strong upper core that they used to wrestle bigger prey down on the ground, to then kill them in one bite with their long, saber-like teeth. He fights back, but the three males are proving to be too much for Eshkan, and so the three tyrants manage to put him on the ground and finish him off. Just like that, in one bite, after a ferocious fight in between the flames, Eshkan, the boss, the toughest leader the bison herd has ever known, is gone. The next morning, with the smoke creating an eerie scene once the fire died, the brothers are enjoying their meal. But trumpeting signals the arrival of a mammoth herd, and after last night's events, they're not happy. The fire stressed them out, and seeing three predators will not make things any better. The Black brothers seemed unbothered. But that overconfidence means nothing to the bachelor mammoth herd. "I will crush you, cats. Leave." And they stand their ground instead, growling at the giants as if they're going to scare them away. They will end up paying a high price for their overconfidence. And Mocanyo and Olabor are the first to realize this, which makes them back up. They can always return to their kill once the mammoths leave the area. Hastin, which means wise, is the leader of these bull mammoths, and he will not tolerate the saber's insolence, warning them up close with a roar and his trunk high up. But Sekakama is not giving up. Somehow, he thinks he has a chance against a mammoth. He stands his ground, growling at the mammoths, who also stand their ground, getting angrier by the second. The melanistic male attacks, and with just one charge, it's over. Hastin ends Sekakama. The melanistic trio is now down to 2. It's been 2 years, and Netayam is now reaching his prime. Against all odds, he has managed to survive on his own for 2 years after his brother got killed by the Tsavo pack. But he has faced quite a few challenges to get to this point, like perfecting the art of hunting on his own without the help of his brother or the rest of his family. Tonight, however, there's only peccaries around so far. And they've spotted him this time. But he's not willing to give up. He hasn't eaten in days. He tries again from a different angle and succeeds. Tonight it's raining, so he needs to look for shelter before other predators notice that there's been a kill. Now that he's alone, every other predator in Brea means competition, but most importantly, danger. He can't risk an encounter against other smilodons, a pack of wolves, or worse. The American lion. Another of Brea's apex predators, and one of, if not the biggest competition for smilodon. They're bigger, stronger, and they also have numbers on their side. So he definitely needs a safe place to enjoy dinner tonight and take shelter from the rain. He needs to find a cave. Not long after, Netiam has found a cave. The only problem is, it's already occupied. Nita, meaning bear, is the owner of this territory, and short-faced bears are not something even Netiam's whole clan would dare to mess with. Time to leave. He is clearly not welcomed here. Mokanyo is still around as well, and things have not been easy for him either, since him and Olabor lost their brother, Sekekama. They've not been as fearsome as they used to be. And to make matters worse for the melanistic saber, he hasn't seen his remaining brother for days now. What Mokanyo doesn't know is that when they separated to cover more ground during their patrol, he ended up entering a cave in search of a place to rest, without knowing that the cave was inhabited by humans. And sadly, Olabor never got out of that cave alive. So Mokanyo has been searching and calling for his brother unsuccessfully. And finally, he sadly realizes that his brother is never coming back. And now, Mokanyo, once the leader of a coalition of 3 tyrants, is completely alone for the first time in his life. And with the uncertainty of whether he still retained any of the territories he had conquered with his brothers. This are Flosvita and Ojibwe, which means white wolf. This is the Estrella pack, the family that Amaruk, the black wolf, and Ayeli, Palulukan's and Nantang's daughter, formed once they ran away together after the black wolf got chased away by Palulukan's army. There's a few almost fully grown wolves from their first litter of pups, and a few yearlings from the last one. Very good odds and a big-sized pack for this pair to have raised in only 2 years. Today, the Experia wolves want to hunt, as it would be a good opportunity for the youngest members to be able to perfect their hunting skills and learn to collaborate with the pack during a hunt. Amaruk and Ayeli want them to take the lead today. They want to test them, see how they'll perform after the many lessons they've learned by following the Black Wolf's hunting strategies. And it doesn't take them too long to find a target. This old, frail, solitary bison bull will be the perfect subject to test the pack's skills, and a very good meal for the family, if they succeed. This bull lives on his own now, too old to keep up with a big herd's migration, but even then, it'll still be a challenge for any wolf pack, so they have to take it really slow. They stalk it, silently, being very careful, as this arid terrain has less coverage than their usual hunting grounds. The Experia hunters start circling the bull, using their numbers to close the gap and prevent any escape routes for it, unless it charges. There is no escape from us. Frail bull, what will you do? Fight or flight? Overwhelmed, the bison tries to escape. But a bison will never outrun a wolf. Even less so if the target is old. It doesn't take long for him to get exhausted. He is too old to keep up with this many wolves. And they're eager to kill. It's our moment, soldiers. Attack. Bring him down. Success. The Experia pack got themselves a family-sized meal, and most importantly, the youngsters proved themselves to be efficient and useful. You have made us proud. Well done, pups. Far away, in the most beautiful territory of all the ones Brea has, lives a sisterhood, a coalition formed by some sisters and cousins that stayed together after their mothers died and their resident males somehow disappeared. It is a prosperous land, filled with life even during drier times, with huge grasslands, a waterhole, a river nearby, tall grass perfect for ambushes, and the prettiest golden sunsets and sunrises. Speaking of golden, this is Sage, the leader of this sisterhood, nicknamed the Golden Sun of the Plains because of her coloration, the result of the erythristic mutation. As you can see here, the color of the grass under the right lighting complements her fur really well, making her blend in even if she should be at a disadvantage when compared to more common saber-tooths. Despite of this group lacking a resident male, they've been very successful thanks to the land, but also Sage's hunting skills, making her a very respected hunting leader. The sisters and cousins rub each other's faces and bodies while chuffing as a form of greeting. They always do this when they're getting ready for a hunt. Possibly a ritual to strengthen their bond before they start the journey in search of food. Today's search will not take them too long, as, thankfully, a horse herd can be heard in the distance. It's Pali's herd, but Data is nowhere to be seen. Is she okay? We'll find out soon enough. As for the herd, they are unaware of the danger that hides in the tall grass around them. Soon enough, the huntresses find the herd and organize themselves for the hunt, stalking them, hidden by the tall grass. The sabers surround the herd in all directions, dividing the clan in two to approach them from both sides. They are clueless, feeding and trotting peacefully around the grasslands. Pali, however, as the stallion and protector of the herd, is trying to be aware of his surroundings, and he doesn't like how unusually quiet things just got. What Pali didn't realize, though, is that he is separating himself from the herd too much, and that makes him an easier target for the Smilodons stalking them. It might just be a fatal mistake. He feels like they're being watched. And sure enough, something lurks in the shadows. No time to waste, the horses have to flee. But staying back to protect the herd made him the perfect target for the sabers. They managed to catch up to him and pinned him. With too many sabers on him, he goes down, easily. With Pali gone, the herd has no protector anymore. But his death has served a purpose, as that is the way of the circle of life. Someone's death means others get to live another day. And that's exactly what happened here. Pali is dead, but the herd survives, and Thata is back. She is safe. And the truth is, she is carrying the next generation, which is why she was away. She is about to go into labor. It's been 2 days since we last saw Netiam, and he hasn't stopped moving since then. He's traveled far, and he seems to finally be looking for a territory to turn into his kingdom. And he might just be in luck. He smells food. But most importantly, he smells other Smilodons. He smells females, and he didn't find just any female. He found Sage, the erythristic female leading the sisterhood. They've been feeding from the carcass, and she's the last to leave. She spotted Netiam too, and she doesn't look happy at all. She hasn't seen a male Smilodon for quite some time now, so she is unsure of his intentions. She thinks it's best to leave. This male could kill her for the carcass if he wanted to. Not worth the risk. She's full anyway. But Netiam was only curious. And that curiosity made him track the female down after he was done filling up his belly. He's now following the faint traces of her scent. Netiam is also letting his presence be known with his roars. He wants this land for himself. He will have this land, and he will have his queen, no matter what. The females can hear his roars in the distance. He is getting closer. They will have to confront him soon. There's nothing they can do to avoid it. When he arrives, he's met with growls, snarls, and outnumbered by a group of female Smilodon. What are you doing here, outsider? Netiam has no chance of winning if they decide to chase him off. But he has to make a move. He has to assert his dominance. He needs to stand his ground. It seems to be working. There's tension, clearly, but by being brave and snapping back at the females, he is starting to assert his dominance. One by one, the females start submitting. And Sage's cautious curiosity for this stranger is favoring the male. A flamen response. They smell and greet each other. With Sage's acceptance, Netiam has succeeded. He finally has his kingdom and his queens. It's now 3 months after Netiam took over the Golden Plains territory. And with the arrival of their new king, the clan is now named Mangquan. This is the area they rule over. It's formed by Varang, Sundari, and Tallulah, Sage's sisters, and Ikini and Sirea, their cousins. And of course, the beautiful golden sun of the plain, Sage, now Neteam's queen. It's a beautiful day, and the Mangquan clan has thrived during the wet season so far. But it won't last much longer, so they have to take every opportunity they have to hunt. Thankfully, their kingdom has a decent number of prey even during the harder months, and today, there's no exception. A small bison herd has stopped for a drink at Runoff Spill. It's the perfect place for the saber-tooths to look for prey, as there's always something going there in search of water to drink or cool down their bodies with. The hunters just have to wait. The herd is unaware of the danger they're in. They don't know the tall grass is hiding some very deadly visitors. The Smilodons have seen the herd and quickly position themselves for an ambush. The king has had enough time with his queens to learn and adapt to their precise hunting style. It had been a long time since the last time he was able to hunt with a group. From this aerial view, we can observe that the sabers are spreading themselves to cover more ground and direct the herd straight towards the hunting party leader, Sage. One of the cows is more isolated than the rest of the bison. That one will do. They have a target now. The ambush works. The hunters pin the cow, and the rest of the herd is startled and runs away. Success. The Mangquan clan got a kill. It will last them for a few days. As the sun goes down and the rulers of this land feast, one can truly see the beauty of this land. It is deadly, yes, but on sunsets like these, you can also find it peaceful. But peace never lasted long in Brea, and tonight is no different. Wolves are here, and not any pack. It's the Tsavo pack. After Mokanyo took over the marshland, him and his brothers forced everyone else out, and after Palulukan and his army lost Nantang, they've been wandering in search of a new, better territory. And this place is almost perfect, if it wasn't for the presence of Smilodon. Palulukan wants this meal, but he will have to fight for it. And not just a regular saber-tooth, he is facing King Neteam. Well, well, well. If it isn't the young prince, where is your brother, your majesty? And where is your mate, old wolf? I am not just a prince anymore. Bow to your new king now. You will pay for what you did to him, peasant. Run away and never return. But you, I will make you suffer, Palulukan. Your time is over. Kneel. It's payback time for Netaim. By killing the wolf leader, he has avenged his brother's death. Despite the rain, the next morning is beautiful, and the king and queen of the plains have gone on patrol together. But it seems the new royal couple can't have a moment of peace, as the wind brings the sound of roars approaching from the northern borders, and Netaim won't tolerate intruders. Sage will go with her king this time. But it is not just a common intruder, it's Mokanyo. And since he's now alone, he's forced to settle down in a territory, even if it's just to protect himself with the company of females and to secure his legacy. He was once the ruler of this land, as, long ago, him and his brothers entered the territory the same way he did today, killed Sage's father, the newborn cubs, and her mother for opposing them, forcing her aunt to leave with her own cubs, only for the three brothers to abandon the territory shortly after, leaving the sisterhood to survive on their own. Just like they did with Netaim's father, without him knowing. But Mokanyo is unaware of Netaim's existence and of his newly gained position of king. What is this? This is my kingdom, my destiny. Why is a queen like her with him? Why is he ruling my land? He is taken by surprise and outnumbered. There is nothing he can do but try to leave. But they won't allow it. He won't be able to run from this fight. This kingdom is no longer yours, Mokanyo, and I will fight for it this time. You will not harm my family again. Sage steps away for now. This is a clash of kings. The melanistic tyrant is losing the fight. He's been forced to run for his life. Netaim's power is too much for the now solitary and aging nomad, but he is being chased by both of his enemies. By nightfall, Mokanyo is trying to recover from the fight and licking his wounds, both physical and his fighting spirit. He had never lost before, and this isn't over yet, as Netaim has been tracking him down all day, and Mokanyo is unaware of the new king lurking in the shadows. Too late. Netaim strikes, and Mokanyo has no time to react. Goodbye, Nomad King. Your time has ended. Rule over the dead now. I am the king. And just like with his father before him, the next morning, the sun rises with Netaim as the one true king of this land. He stands proud at the top of the clan's resting place, with his queens roaring beside him. A month later, the dry season has started. This is Ishki, which means mother, the matriarch of the mammoth herd. And this mammoth herd, who usually roams the Mangquan territory, is now migrating away in search of better feeding grounds and water sources. If the dry season is hard on other animals, it's even harder for a mammoth herd. They need a lot of food every day, and when food and water are scarce, they need to travel long distances to find the water holes and feeding grounds the matriarch knows by memory. And the Mangquan clan is struggling a bit to feed too, but they know that where the mammoths go, there's water, grasslands, and so there's prey. They're about to do something very risky. They're going to follow the mammoth herd. A few days later, the herd is feeding deep inside a forest, and Etienne is with them. But something is wrong with the herd, or actually, with someone in the herd. This leucistic mammoth seems anxious. The truth is, she fed from a poisonous tree a few days ago and has been getting more and more sick ever since. Nobody has noticed this young sub-adult mammoth is slowly dying of food poisoning yet, so they're feeding and drinking normally. But someone has. The saber-tooths have been after them for days, and there's no babies in this herd. I've noticed the young white female has been getting weaker and has separated herself from the herd tonight. While the herd sleeps, the white mammoth is struggling on her own, and the sabers are getting closer. She needs to stand up. She must stand up. But she can't. She's too weak. By the time she manages to stand up, the sabers have already found her, and they have her fully surrounded. Even a weakened sub-adult mammoth is a big challenge and a threat for the clan if they're not careful. But thankfully, this young, inexperienced female is too sick and freaked out to charge at them. Her intimidation tactics aren't working, and she's the one that ends up having to back up. She ended up stepping in tar, thinking it was water and that it was going to save her. Turns out, this will turn into her grave. The rest of the herd have heard the commotion and rush in to try and help her. But it's too late now. She's too heavy, and she's too deep into tar to get out of it now. Even so, they want the Smilodons out of here. They can't fight a whole herd of fully grown giants. They have to flee. For now. They know it's too late to save that young mammoth. They just have to wait for the inevitable. Ishki, her mother, desperately tries to help her out, with the herd for support, but there's nothing they can do for her anymore. Her body will give out sooner than later. She's sick, scared, and exhausted. And so the herd say their goodbyes and move on. The circle of life is cruel, but they must go on. There's no time to waste. The Mangquan sabers have done it. Using the Brea tar pits, they've achieved something not many Smilodons have done, killing a big mammoth. There's a saying going around in this land about the rancho. It says, "I am life, I am death. I give everything, but I take all. I am the tar pit kingdom." The next morning, the Smilodons are still feasting on the fallen white female. This meal will last them for a long time if they keep it from other predators attracted to the smell of the carcass. With this achievement, Netiam has fully done it. He has overcome all the obstacles that life has thrown in his path. From first learning to hunt with his family, to being exiled by his father and starting a journey on his own. And the loss of his brother to the Tsavo army. Also perfecting the art of hunting alone. And finally, getting a kingdom of his own. Fighting to defend it. And in the end, killing the biggest prey of all, the Columbian mammoth, which is something only humans did more regularly. It's because of all of these that Netiam is now the king of the Tar. At least, for now. As there are ghosts lurking in this land, eager to become the new king of the Tar.